please, please, please listen to this. As a golf coach, I have been getting increasingly worried about our concepts of impact. What we've got to do to get some power, what we've got to do to get some speed, what we've got to do to square that club face. So many of us are either struggling to get through that golf ball, or we've just become far too fixated on this position right here. We're forgetting the most important parts. That as golfers, we're constantly told about this, being there, being in this position. And you know what? I think YouTube's got a lot to say for that, and YouTube golf coaches have a lot to say about that. We're changing it. I want you to think today about the concepts from here to here. Now, this video stemmed from all your questions, but also I teach Kev. So Kev, if you're watching, I hope you don't mind me telling this story. I've been teaching Kev every week now for a period of time. And he had this idea that that point of impact was like physical. It's almost like had to be there. And we were searching for that so much. We forgot to add speed. We forgot to add power. And this was our only focus. And it almost started to look a little bit falsified. So, as soon as we changed that, as soon as I actually showed him these screenshots you can see on the screen right now, and when I share these screenshots, I'm not showing them because I think I'm gospel. I'm showing you them as a sequence of events. We've got number one, okay? Have a look at this on the screen here. Hands sort of on my right thigh, hips open. Number two, down at impact, and number three, okay? So, if we thought about it totally differently and said, what I want you to focus on from this video is being able to swing up, create this position, and this position, we would be in a far more superior place and actually generate way more speed, way more control. And when you've got the big dog in your hand, we know that means longer, straighter shots. So nice and simple. First part of this video, forget that fixed point impact where it's not just right, I'm gonna get here, because that's gonna lead to most likely face being open or almost like a stopping effect and you can't simply get through. It's gonna really harm your strike, simply. So just make a few reps to start with where you swing it up, you pause at this position, and you try and recreate those screenshots. Into here, and on the way through. Up, down, into here, on the way through. And just keep watching this from sort of face on and down the line. I'll really pay attention to this and just watch the sequence of events, because it's far better to think about it as a sequence of events than just a physical point of impact. Right. I am so excited to share this analogy with you, because as soon as, well, anyway, shut up Alex, it's a light bulb moment. So what I've got here is a smash bag. You could simply use a smash bag if you've got one. This is the one that I use in my coaching, or you could put some towels together. Let's think about this logically. I know that's a smash bag or it's some towels that you put together, but imagine this was an axe, okay? And this was a piece of wood. I don't want to chop down the piece of wood. Actually, let's start there. If we're wanting to axe that piece of wood and sort of cut it in two, we're not slowing the axe up to hit the wood, are we? We're sort of focusing on hitting down and through it, almost focusing like sort of a foot into the ground as our end point. Flip that on its head, well, not flip it on its head, tilt it to the side, apply that same idea. Well, that's what I want you to do. I want impact to not be a physical point stop to impact, which where Kev was going with it, and potentially you have been, and if you're struggling to get through the golf ball, you'll be in the same boat. I want you to think about it hip height on the way down to hip height on the way through. One thing I would recommend, don't do this with your driver. Substitute this for an iron. Yeah, don't, really don't. I don't want any messages saying drivers are being broken. So I'm gonna hit this bag away, but there's a sequence to that doing this. First off, address it, but just tilt it so the sort of head's worked in that direction, so the pointy bit is sort of pointing towards target. So once you've addressed that ball, I want you to swing up as you would normally, but pause at this point on the way down. I want you now to rotate through and go a foot past. So we're going through that bag. Now look how much speed, but actually how effortless that was. Let's do the rep. I really like this. This is something that I've been focusing on because I've been very much hitting at the ball and I hate that feeling. So it's up, in, foot through the golf ball. So as you're addressing it, don't be scared just to give it a few waggles. Think of this as a fluid thing. Those two trees. I will not take that one back. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Follow those steps and I know for a fact you'll improve your golf game. Thanks so much for watching.